Alright, what's going on, guys? Crimson here. Today I'm going to be talking about the FCAR in the finals. I've been wanting to talk about the FCAR for a while, mainly because I felt like the FCAR right now is in a little bit of a rough spot in terms of just balancing and just overall usage and feel. I've been watching a lot of my older videos as well as just like benchmark videos from season 1, and I've noticed that the FCAR for a lot of people was just the go-to gun and it was a lot easier to use. And throughout this video I'll be discussing the multiple changes done to the FCAR, compare it to the AK, and share my thoughts and opinions on the current FCAR and its current state and what I think they should do in order to change it. Now let's get into it. For those of you who have played season 1, you guys will definitely remember the FCAR being the most dominant weapon in the hands of good players. Really all players in general, the FCAR was the go-to gun. Not only did it do a high amount of damage across all ranges, it was just overall very hard hitting and accurate gun, just allowing the FCAR user to dominate any lobby in any situation. Now, since I was kind of newer to the game, I can't say for certain how strong it was because I wasn't that good at utilizing it, but I had a very easy time using it. But honestly, if you guys are around for season 1 or have used the FCAR since beginning, let me know how you guys felt about it in season 1 and how long you've been using it. And was it really overpowered in season 1? So during season 1, during patch 1.5.5, the FCAR's damage decreased from 26 to 25. I'm assuming Embark did this in order to address that the FCAR was really powerful, and so taking down that 1 damage was probably trying to see how well it could balance itself out without having to modify other stats. Fortunately, during season 2, Embark felt like this change was not enough to balance out the FCAR, so during patch 2.0, during the season 2 update, they decreased the fall off modifier at max range from 67% down to 55%. So this is just meaning that at its maximum range, it's gonna do less damage. And even after that change, the FCAR still seemed really dominant in season 2, so they decreased that fall off modifier max range from 67% down to 50%, which they did edit that wrong in the patch notes because it was from 55% down to 50%. And then they adjusted the recoil pattern, making the weapon slightly less easy to control. Now just keep that in mind because I'll circle back to that. The most recent patch for the FCAR, this was before season 3, and I believe this is where most players felt like the FCAR was just murdered entirely. In patch 2.6.0, the FCAR's damage went from 25 down to 22. Now just keep in mind the original damage on the FCAR was 26, so now we're going all the way down to 20. They also increased the mag size from 20 to 25, which is what I was asking for originally before they even start nerfing the damage again. And then they went back on their change from the last patch, and so they increased the fall off damage multiplier at max range from 50% to 55%, returning the FCAR back to its season 2 damage range. Devs then leave a note concerning this patch, and I'll read it as follows. Our data shows us that the FCAR is very strong in the hands of good players, but harder to use for newer players. These changes hopefully will rein in the FCAR's weapon power at higher skill levels while making it slightly more forgiving to use for newer players. Which, when I originally read this, I thought they made the FCAR a little bit easier to control, because I feel like that's going to be the hardest part for newer players, is getting that recoil control down. But I'm assuming it's the extra 5 bullets, which does help for me because I'm not that good with the FCAR, but at the same time, extra 5 bullets doesn't really help that much when you can't really hit your shots anyway. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the AK and the FCAR side by side with the raw stats. These stats were provided by the finals wiki, which I'll link in the description below just in case you guys want to look at these for yourself. So first, looking at the damage, the FCAR currently is at 22 damage at the body and the AK is at 20. So while this doesn't look like that much of a difference, just even 2 damage can change a lot about a gun. Because as you remember before, the FCAR was at 26 when the game first came out, and it's dropped all the way down to 22. Headshot multiplier is also a little similar. FCAR will do 33 damage per headshot, while the AK will only do 30. The FCAR is rated at 198 damage per second, and the AK at 200 damage per second. Now for the damage fall-offs, the FCAR's current fall-off start is at 36 meters, and its maximum is now at 40 meters. Don't quote me on this, but I believe the percentage is synonymous with the actual body damage. So at its max range of 40 meters, it will do 55% of its damage, so 55% of 22, and that is 12.1. So the FCAR at a range will do 12 damage at 40 meters, and beyond 40 meters obviously it will do way less damage. And the AKM after 37.5 meters will only do about 9 damage. So it's obvious that Embark really doesn't want these guns to be competitive at longer ranges. You kind of see more in like Warzone when weapons do more damage at a longer range, but I believe Embark is making this change just to make it easier for newer players or just even players in general to be able to escape those long range gunfights, because obviously it won't be fair if you're being shot 40 meters across the map. You know, it's just not fun for anybody involved. And looking at the technical stats, the FCAR is currently at 25 bullets per magazine, while its firing time is 2.6, and I believe that is how long it takes to empty the mag, so it'll take about 2.6 seconds to empty the mag, while the reload time is 2 seconds, and the fire rate is 577. The AK has the largest mag in the game with 36 bullets for this type of rifle, firing time of 3.5 seconds, and a reload time of 2.30 seconds, and of course a fire of 617. And now we'll be taking a look at the recoil patterns of the FCAR and the AK respectively. For me personally, when you look at both these recoils, you can just kind of tell the AK is just way more accurate. The AK bullets are very close together. Even like at the 10th bullet, the AK pretty much is as accurate as you can get. And you will pretty much have from 11 to 36, you will just have completely accurate bullets, and this is what allows usually most players to hit those satisfying beams just on any target. And the FCAR, it's slightly accurate for the first 3 bullets, and then after that 4th bullet, it does that very high kick, which was added during the 2.2 update. And after that 7th bullet, the FCAR does start to get more accurate as it finishes out its mag, but obviously it's just so late in the magazine when it starts to get accurate that you probably already missed all your shots and you're still trying to overcompensate for that initial jump, and you're just going to start missing all your shots and most likely die. So I think what Embark should really do, I thought they should increase the TTK. They obviously want the TTK to be very high, meaning that obviously it takes a longer time to kill an opponent. Mostly because there's a very vast range of health pools, because the light I believe only has 150 and the heavy has 350 and the medium has about 250. But I think Embark can either do 2 things. They could either just remove that initial jump after the 4th bullet, just making it more in line with the AK, or just reworking the recoil in general, because just even look at the patterns, like this FCAR pattern is really horrible to look at. You are my special. And I think like people like me personally that come from games like Siege and Counter-Strike, where you kind of always have to harshly control your recoil, Finals kind of tricks you with the FCAR because it's really harsh and it gets very accurate, so you're just naturally going to overcompensate. Obviously, if you do enough practice with the gun and you're a good player, none of these changes really matter to you. So overall, I believe the FCAR hasn't had much of a bad nerf as everybody makes it seem. I do agree the most recent nerf did really kill it, but I believe they just made it more in line with every other gun in the game in terms of just time to kill. I just think they should relook over the recoil, just rebalance it, or just even remove that harsh jump after the 4th bullet, and I think the FCAR will just kind of be in a good spot and it may allow for more players to pick it up. But anyway guys, that's it for me. Let me know down in the comments on your opinion of the FCAR. What's your favorite gun? Do you prefer the AK or the FCAR? If this video gets about 20 likes, I will take a week to master the FCAR, because right now my main gun's the AK. I have been practicing on both FCAR and AK, but I prefer the AK, but you know, I'm willing for a challenge.
Sit in the back, ayy, bitches all on my lap, makes it really damn so cold, I'm so chilly, yeah, my neck froze, yeah, I'm gonna kill it, I'm thinking I'm like, oh, yeah, you think it's a joke, your girlfriend just text me, she on the way over, bend that bitch over, fucking the road, but call it a night, wake up and start over, ayy, shit's so wavy.